Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the Utah Jazz and the Emirates NBA Cup, shall we?
Yeah, this is really lame. This mid-season tournament, I think, is so lame.
Oh, it's great, dude. That's gonna be. Oh, that's a great start to a video, dude.
It's horrible. Like, does anybody watch it and be like, "Oh, we're gonna like"?
Yeah, Lakers fans.
Yeah, because they won last year. But I'm saying, like, do you think any of these players are really like trying to win any more, like these games anymore, because they're going to get a little cute trophy?
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, I do. You want to hear a quote from that? Keontae George.
I'd love to.
I have a quote here from Keontae George. It's almost like a fresh start when you play these NBA Cup games or whatever it's called now, George said. But yeah,
he really said that.
Yep.
Or whatever it's called. He doesn't even know. He's an NBA player.
He missed the press conference.
Yeah, missed it.
Missed the new branding opportunity there. Yes, but we got to go out into this game like we're 0-0. But I mean, let's be honest, we're playing for money. We all make all the money in the world, but who doesn't like a little extra money? That is a quote directly from Keontae George,
who is a 20-year-old kid
who's playing on a rookie contract. So he's
playing on a rookie contract.
Yeah. We're in Group B, by the way, with teams of the Thunder, the Spurs, the Suns, and the defending Cup champion Lakers.
Yeah, so just the hardest group of they had to put a team in there that everyone could just whoop on.
Yeah, like the Suns.
Yeah, when we just played the Suns.
I'm sorry, no, the Spurs. The Spurs. We'll beat the Spurs.
I sure hope so.
If we get a chance to play them in this tournament. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit because we did get another win there for the Utah Jazz.
The Utes have not had a win.
The Utes have not had a win.
No, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah, it's
been like a month.
Yeah, we're still talking about it. We spent an hour on them already. We're still talking about it. But yeah, so anyway, so the first game was last night, and we lost our first game to the Suns. So that pretty much sinks it for us. I don't know. There's too many other wins we're going to get out of this group play between the Thunder and the Lakers that we can really kind of, turn this thing around. I don't know what you
Especially think. A Phoenix team that didn't have Durant on the floor.
Well, when does Durant play?
You know what I mean? Like, when you see that Durant's not going to be on the floor, you're like, hey, I think we got a chance. Utah actually didn't look bad in this game. They actually had some really nice runs. They had great production from John Collins, Colin Sexton. Kyle Filipowski really broke out of this game with 18 points in 23 minutes.
You don't steal my notes for that?
I actually feel like this team is getting a lot better at moving the ball. They obviously still have some work to do on decision making. They still throw some errant passes and throw some lazy passes where you're just like, what was that? Like, this is still an NBA game. But overall, I do think they really are actually getting a little bit better. I mean, that was a really competitive game against a really good Phoenix Suns team that has a lot of talent. I think some of my favorite part about some of these games has been only seeing Larry play right around 30 minutes a night.
Yeah.
So knowing that he's just kind of coasting, I'm okay losing these games. It's really not bad. But you want to make sure that we're not putting Laurie in any situation where he's going to get hurt and cost him the rest of a season. Or
yeah, we'll definitely get into the actual basketball. But is there any positive thing that you have about the tournament there that you'd like to mention? Because I have one.
Okay, go for it.
I think I like this year's court better.
Oh, our court this year is way better. That purple one last year was absolutely horrendous.
I like
the reason I didn't make the light purple.
Yeah. I like the courts.
Yeah, our court looks good this year.
That's all I got.
Yeah,
I try to be positive on the show.
And last year didn't they have different uniforms for the tournament?
They did. No, they didn't. They just used their
city jerseys or something.
Their alternative jerseys that they had from the year before on that. Like they released them and they got lambasted. You're welcome, by the way, because we did that too. We said how stupid those ones that they were going to put out looked for sure.
Yeah, they were ridiculous.
Yeah, they were terrible. But yeah, let's go ahead and pivot on over and talk a little bit about. Yeah, I think it's stupid. The tournament doesn't make any sense especially for this team. If your team has a chance to win it, then great. But it's just a perfect Laker win, man. Last year with that tournament, they won the bubble championship. Conveniently, the oldest team in the NBA won the championship where no one had to travel. Like, that just kind of makes all the sense in the world. Where they can all be on site and just And then in this situation, the only title they have a chance to win was the one where nobody really cared that much about it. So perfect Lakers. I think I see the Lakers repeating this one, or I actually see the Bucks winning this tournament. One of the two. So that'd
be good either way.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters either way.
Yeah, because guess what? It still means just about nothing.
Yeah, I like what they're trying to do to try and bring in some type of viewership and increase the numbers.
Well, and the big thing is this part of the NBA season is usually really boring to watch because
Yeah.
you don't have enough game or like data to actually see any trends or who's going to be good. So they're just like, we got to get more eyes in the league in the middle of the season.
Oh yeah, like if you're trying to talk like awards at this point, like who's
Yeah.
your MVP, get out of here.
Yeah,
You know, like-
exactly. So you can't do any of that at
Like
this
20
point.
games into
Yeah.
like no, literally 10 games into the season.
10 games.
Yeah, you're not going to really have an idea who's going to be your MVP at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike some leagues.
Nikola Jokic.
Good call.
Solid pick.
Solid pick. Solid pick. Ooh, if I was to pick a preemptive MVP this year, who would I pick?
I'm going Nikola Jokic.
Solid choice. I'm going voter fatigue on that one, and I'm going to go with who I think gets it.
Jason Tatum.
No, that's more of a correction, but I like that pick. I think they would do that, honestly. I do think they would do that. No, I think they're going to give it to oh my gosh, this is great streaming content right here.
Yeah, Darren.
Anyway, we're moving on.
Get it.
We're moving on.
Oh, we got a comment. NBA is running the Seinfeld challenge.
Seinfeld challenge.
I don't know what it means. I missed it.
What did it say? NBA
is running the Seinfeld challenge.
Seinfeld challenge. Soup Nazi. Which way are we going with that? Come on, Pacific Northwest. You just give us something on there. Joshua's calling the Joker as well. Yeah, gosh, I wish I could remember who I'm thinking of right now. Plays for Dallas.
Oh, you really?
It's not there, dude. It's just gone.
Luka Doncic?
Thank you, Luka. I'm gonna pick Luka.
How did you miss Luka, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We spent an hour talking about you football, and I'm just spent already. I don't know.
You're like, I'm over it. Like, cut it off.
But yeah, when it comes to the Utah Jazz, I really think with the key injury to Taylor Hendricks, it comes down to really one thing there is that they're going to figure out a way to fill those 28 minutes per game that he was getting, and it looks like the coach Hardy is going with young guys predominantly for this. I mean, there was one time where they played John Collins like ridiculous amounts of minutes. By the way, he's looking to be the best player on the team this year, which is scary enough.
No, that's great for us.
Yeah,
that's fantastic because what we needed John Collins to do was get some friggin' trade value.
We're not trading that contract, dude. No one's going to want that contract.
It's only one more year, though. That's what I'm saying. Is there's only one more year on that contract. Somebody will take it up if they think that
not just this year, but another year.
Correct. But if they think that Collins can add 34 minutes a night and add 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists in a game, even semi-consistently, why would you not soak it up?
You know who wants that? You know who wants that kind of player?
Anthony Edwards. Sorry, that's actually what Pacific Northwest commented. Anthony Edwards for MVP.
Oh, I like
which is a great pick, by the way. And then he also said Seinfeld challenge equals all about nothing.
Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. Like it. It's a show all about nothing.
Oh,
yeah,
we're the worst. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I think the chance for that John Collins is playing well right now is great for the team. Not necessarily great for his trade value, but you know who really could use a player like that? A team.
The Lakers.
No, the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah,
they have the fourth ranked
minutes.
They have the fourth ranked defense right now, and there's nobody on that team that's taller than 6'7" right now.
Yeah.
So I think
6'9", 6'10". He's a good addition. 6'9". Yeah. Well, he's like 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah. So he'd be a good addition.
Yeah, and he can shoot it too. I mean, he shot the three pretty bad, like a lot better than he has in the past this year.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think it's how awesome is Golden State this year. By the way, talk about addition by subtraction here.
I did not realize that Buddy Hield was going to help that team so much.
I think it's an addition by subtraction.
You think so?
I think getting rid of
Clay just was the magic they needed.
Yeah, I mean he was forcing shots, trying to reclaim. Oh, I'll show you guys. I'm still the player I was. Forcing bad shots, not playing in the offense, and was just chasing minutes, then moping on the bench, not shaking hands.
And I think some of that effect was from being a contract year because he was trying to show that he wanted to retire. I mean, because he said it blatantly, he wanted to retire in Golden State.
Oh yeah,
I don't blame him, but.
Should have took the smaller contract.
You have to exactly. If that is really what you want to do, then take a smaller contract and stay there and play.
Yeah.
Don't try to earn a bigger contract and think that they should owe you more money because all you did was drive all of your averages down.
He talked about like it was a disrespect the offer they gave him.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, this is a team that gave you a max contract while you were injured.
And then paid the whole thing the whole time you were injured.
Yeah. While you were injured,
you've been hurt
max contract.
Yeah. 2 full years you missed in a row.
Pretty sure this team did pretty well by it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so back to the Jazz. So getting back to the Utah Jazz there's basically 28 minutes a game they need to fill in, and they're filling a lot of it with Cody Williams and Kyle Filipowski. Now, you kind of peed all over my notes here earlier when I was talking about
You're
Kyle
welcome.
Filipowski and how his great performance against the Suns was. 18 points, shooting 64% shooting from the field there with 2 blocks, 2 assists, 6 boards in 23 minutes of play, which is really great to see that come out of him. Cody Williams has had a couple of duds over the last couple of games, but has had some points and some solid minutes in games where they have had a shot to win, which to me is the key. He is putting up 10 points or more and having 20 minutes or greater in games that they've actually won, which I think is important for that young kid. Keontae still seems to be very streaky to me to the start of this season. He's had some great shooting nights, and he's followed those up by nothing other than a bad shooting night.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a great shooting night and then a meh. It's been awesome to complete garbage for 2 games, right? Then puts up another great night.
Yeah.
Offensively. So to really kind of boil that down, I think Kyle Filipowski and Cody Williams are really kind of the 2 that we need to keep a close eye on in these next, 20 to 30 games to see what they're going to do with those players and what we're expecting to see out of those 2.
Yeah, no, totally agree. I mean, Kyle Filipowski he looks really comfortable doing all the things that he does well. He did them well in college. He continues to do them well in the NBA. He's a great at scooping up rebounds. He's a natural scorer. He's shooting just over 38% from 3, which is insane for a dude that's 6'11", even though he's got short arms. He's a little T-Rex. But he's averaging 4 rebounds a game, just under 2 assists, which is fantastic. This guy could realistically turn out to be one of the steals from this draft. And it's just insane to think that he slipped all the way to the second round.
Yeah, well, there's reasons for that, why he slipped so far to the second round. And if you're not from around here, you're going to see it one way. And if you're from around here, you're going to see it behind other lines. But the thing about him is I think he's going to be a great role player in the NBA. Mm-hmm. You want to know my comp for him?
What?
My comp for this guy in the NBA who's currently had a great season, actually spent some time with the Jazz, Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, I could see him being a Kelly Olynyk for sure.
Yeah, I think that's basically what I see him being, man. And I think he'd be a great contribution to this team and a winning team and providing some quality minutes off the bench there. Sadly, though, I think the same about Keontae.
I'm not sold on Keontae yet.
I don't think he's obviously, the jury's still out on how well he's going to be, but we know this at this point that he's not our next Donovan Mitchell.
Well, Donovan Mitchell's a generational player, though.
Is he though? Because there's really like 6 players in the league that are exactly like him.
But there's very few players that step onto an NBA court for the first time and just absolutely blow it up for 40 games in a row.
That's a good point.
Like there's just 10. You know what I mean? Maybe, right?
Very good point.
The dude was subbed in the first game because of a late injury, and just he hasn't been bad since he stepped onto an NBA court. He's just, you don't find that every day. Keontae George has a much more natural progression through being a rookie, through being a second-year player, through struggling, through not having a ton of talent around him, because Donovan Mitchell also stepped on the court with a really good Utah Jazz team that had a lot of NBA vets that didn't need the ball in their hands. I mean, Joe Ingles is not a preliminary ball handler. He doesn't need the ball to be effective. Rudy Gobert, exact same thing. They end up getting Bojan Bogdanovic, who's a fantastic shooter, but not a preliminary ball handler. Mm-hmm. Mike Conley is a pass first point guard.
We didn't have him though until like 2 years into.
But you see what I'm saying though? Yeah. He had these
came into like a perfect scenario.
He had these great rosters that we needed someone to primarily score the basketball, and that was exactly what he needed to do. Keontae George, we don't even know Keontae's role on this team yet because we don't know which one of these guys is going to be our preliminary scorer. We have Lauri Markkanen. That's the only piece that we're sure we're going to have.
Right.
We have Lauri. What is Keontae going to do, and where does he add value to this team year over year, and where does he fit? Does he need to be an assist? Does he need to be a pass first point guard? We just don't know, and I think
you don't even know he's going to be a point guard.
He's got, well, exactly. I mean, he's got so many raw tools that I think you just have to analyze all of these games with a grain of salt, because he's still just getting his feet under him playing NBA basketball. I get it. He was out there last year. I get he doesn't look great, but on the nights that he looks good, he's a starting NBA point guard.
Really good.
You know what I mean? Like
He looks really good.
he's got the size. He's the nights that he looks good, he's good enough at scoring to be out there with starting units. So there's going to be bright spots and there's going to be dark spots. That's just how it works. Me personally, I think I'm a little more concerned with Cody Williams so far.
Really?
Because he's kind of been the exact opposite of Kyle Filipowski up to this point. He really has. Kyle Filipowski has a really good idea of how he can be effective for this team every single minute he's on the floor. Go get rebounds, make a good pass. And Cody Williams is the exact opposite. He
looks a little lost sometimes.
He's got great size and great understanding of the game, but being a rookie in this league is really hard, and he's making it look even harder than that because I need to see him take open shots when he has them. I need to see him make quick decisions and to move or shoot the ball, right? Like it's almost like it's getting stuck with him and he doesn't know, do I need to make a pass or and then it's too late.
He's covered. Yep.
You have a half a second. Quinn Snyder's, and I know that he's a past Utah Jazz coach, but some of the best days watching Jazz basketball in the last 5 years with Quinn Snyder coaching. And the fact is his whole offense was centered around, you have a half a second to pass it or shoot it. That's all there is to it. He doesn't know whether he needs to pass or shoot it until he's scanned the floor. He's not scanning the floor before he passes it or before he catches it, right? So he's got to catch it and then scan. And in the NBA, you just can't do it. You don't have that much time. The players are too big. They're too fast. They're too strong. And everybody is as good or better athlete than you are. Mm-hmm. That's all there is to it. You may have been one of the best 10 prospects in the college and the NBA draft. You are not even one of the 10 best rookies that are on the floor right now.
Right.
So he needs to find his role on this team. I think there's without a doubt a role for this guy. He's a freak. He can shoot the ball, but I think he needs that direction. I think coach needs to tell him, other than just sit in the corner and space the floor, and if you catch it, make a decision. Like, what is his role in this team? Because I'd be curious. I'm just really curious to know how they plan to grow Cody as this year continues to go on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm a little bit more bullish on Cody Williams, which is really weird because before the season started, you were more bullish on him than I was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's really kind of funny to see that pivot a little bit. But I think you're seeing some of the things that I was concerned about, and I think I'm now starting to see kind of what you were talking about because Hardy, the jury's still out on Hardy on how well he develops young talent.
Right. That's a really, really tough thing to do as an NBA coach.
Yeah. Quinn Snyder was amazing at it.
Every single guy that came into the program got good.
Yeah. So we got to really kind of give him some time to see how he's going to choose to develop Cody Williams.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we're going to need to keep him out there long enough just to develop a trade piece. This is the problem. We're year 3 in this rebuild, man, and we have no clue what this team looks like outside of Larry Markkinen.
No, we got Laurie.
No clue.
That's it. We got Laurie.
You know, at this point, last time we had a little bit of understanding on that when we got rid of Ennis DeCanter and his freedom as what he's known now, Ennis Cantor and his freedom, and Derek Favors was a role, and all these people played their roles. And when that team was gone, and then Gordon Hayward was gone, and we were like, okay, crap, now what? We had Donovan Mitchell came in and just kind of ride the ship right away, and we were able to become a playoff team year 1 and win a game, right?
Yep.
But even that rebuild was like 2 years until we actually became a contender in the year.
Before we were like the best team in the NBA.
Right.
I mean, in the regular season. Yeah.
Which was unfortunate because I think that was the year where everybody kind of gave up on each other. But when it comes to this, we're now in year 3 and we still have no idea other than, hey, we got Larry. And then we've got all these draft prospects. We got all these young rookies.
Did you just call him Larry?
No. Did I say Larry?
You just said, hey, we got Larry.
Larry
Markkinen.
Larry Markkinen. Sorry, we had somebody in the comments do that once too. I'm like, dude, come on, get past it. You're getting
really technical here.
Getting really a little too technical for a guy in Utah. Come on now.
Yeah, the dude's from Finland. Give us a break on his name.
Yeah, sorry. We have Larry Markkinen. Outside of him, we literally have no idea who's on this team.
Yeah, totally agree.
So again, I just think it's a lot. I think we need to give Cody Williams a bit of a shot, and we also need to give Coach Hardy a chance to see how he's going to develop things. We'll see. I think we're asking too much of a rookie in his first year that wasn't a top 10 pick.
Yeah, he was number 10.
Oh, that's right, he was 10.
He was a top 10 pick.
For some reason, I thought we were picked 12. But you're right, he was a top 10.
10.
Okay. then I have a little bit of cause for concern.
Yep, we're screwed. We're screwed. Give up on him. Trade him.
We want to hear from you folks. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about the Utah Jazz so far. What do you need to see out of those two? Primarily those two, because those are the ones getting the minutes that are available due to injuries. So we want to hear from you. What do you think about Cody Williams? What do you think about Kyle Filipowski in this team and how they're performing? Once again, folks, we did launch the channel specifically for your Utah Jazz content called Utah Jazz DNA. This is a channel where all of our Jazz content will be posted first. So if you have not yet, jump over that channel, check it out. If you're watching this on that channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you miss out on any Jazz content. We will be giving away one of those sick new Utah Jazz Road Mountain Black jerseys. Probably didn't say that right. Once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that giveaway.
Do it.